everybody please stand. Say pledge allegiance with us.
Cover.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please be seated. Thanks everybody for coming to the 96th celebration of the American Legion's birthday. We're heading into our 97th year, and I bet you a lot of people never thought it would last that long. But as long as there's veterans, wartime veterans, there's always going to be an American Legion. Today we're here to celebrate the American Legion's birthday, and it is also our award day. We give our awards to our veterans and our auxiliary and our sons and anybody who we feel should be have an award. We give the awards out for years of service, continuous years of service. For those who had breaks in service, we're sorry, but things happen along the line. We just, can never get them back. Today, Johnny Poco's here with us. A couple weeks ago, I got a call from John. John's a member here. Used to be the postmaster at Coaldale. He's taken on the task of repairing and fixing all the broken grave markers for veterans in Summit Hill. But it's not only for Summit Hill, it's for any American Legion that has any broken grave markers or flag holders for the veterans. He's taken upon himself, with help from others, to get them all repaired and keep the costs down for the county as much as possible. Me and Denny take care of the cemetery in Oak Creek. And we've noticed that a number of graves go unleft marked, and that's not right. I was given a lot of bad information about getting the markers. We have markers. We used every marker we had. The ones that are really missing are the World War I and World War II members or veterans. They're the biggest. We have Vietnam, we have Korea, we have Persian Gulf. So that's, if anybody knows of anybody who needs a marker, give us a call. We'll contact John, or we'll get you the marker ourselves, because he might have them available. I have to go get them from the county. Okay? So we have some broken markers here that we've taken off the graves in the past and replaced, and that's where we're at now. We're collecting them up to give them to John. John, you have anything to say?
Only if anybody has any kind of a good contact with Schuylkill County, even if you get me just the shafts. Give me the shaft.
Okay.
Give me the shafts. I can get them refixed. I have two of my buddies that are welders. Both of their fathers are Vietnam vets. You can actually, the aluminum ones they're cast aluminum. You can weld that shaft onto that holder and put them back out. What I did find out from Carbon County with Hank DeRochers, Hank said in the courthouse in Carbon County, maintenance guys were down there and they were cleaning out and they found boxes of broken ones, and I said, whatever the shafts are, and I says, look, I don't feel comfortable taking the brass ones and redoing them, only because they're the ones that are being stolen. But if you feel like you want to give me them, I will give me a list of how many World War I, World War II, whatever. Give me a list. I will give you a detailed list of where they go out, buy the brass markers at the grave sites. So far, as of Monday, I had 389 that I repaired. Two of my buddies, they have re-welded. They've done 6. They have 2 more to do. And the Veterans Affairs in Carbon has given me 16 that have gone out. The brass ones that the guys that are cutting the grass are running over them, and they just don't care. And I said to Hank, I said, it's a shame that you can't bill that people for destroying them, and send a copy to the church, to the priest. The effect that might have, sending it to the priest of that parish, of that cemetery, the psychological effect might give them to say, you know what, we're gonna start deducting this from your bill. You're billing us for cutting grass, but you're destroying these markers. That's all of our tax money. Our tax money is paying for the flags, is paying for those holders out of that Veterans Affairs, out of their budget for the year. And that's something that, you know, like I said, I walk into a cemetery and I see a flag on the ground, it bothers me. And that's how this whole thing, it's snowballed, and it's pretty much a blizzard or a landslide, whatever you want to call it, but I'll be out there doing them, as many of them. You can find me ones that are broken, I'll get them back out there and get them to the veterans.
Commander, let me add something to what John's talking about. If you go to the Schuylkill County Courthouse and talk to Brenda Zeckman, I do believe she'll replace the ones that are broken.
Okay.
And tell her that they were damaged by the people providing potential care. The ones that are stolen, unfortunately,
Yeah.
they have to be bought by the family. I understand they cost between $6 and $10, okay, depending on which ones they are. But tell Brenda I sent you.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll give you my card a little bit later,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
Just so you know, we had an issue with that, not only that problem, but the flags coming off the graves, okay, which we addressed at the last meeting. And I'll share this with you real quickly, if you don't mind, Commander.
No,
We have a cemetery down by our way that's taking the flags off the grave. The guy just took it over, okay? And as you know, right around about Memorial Day, about a week or two before that, we put the flags on the graves. Well, he comes on board about a week afterward, he takes all the flags off all the veterans' graves. And we got some honked off families over this, okay? So it was brought to my attention, my district deputy commander, Harry Hawes from out in Ashland, and myself, we approached Brenda about it. We also looked at the website for the American Legion. The American Legion said we should have them down right around about the 4th of July. Or wait a minute, no, back that up. We should take them down before the 4th of July, okay? Now, when we talked to Brenda about this, Brenda said that we're supposed to have them down a few weeks afterwards per the county code. And I explained to her that the American Legion doesn't work that way. We usually keep it up before the first Sunday of November, or at least by Veterans Day, so we can take them down like the Tower City and other places to do a proper retirement of flags, okay? She said you can't fight City Hall, which is politically correct, okay? We can try it, but then there again, they may come back and tell us not to, okay? So we're well aware of the situation, okay? We support you. I'll get your name and your phone number a little bit later since you're doing this, and I would like to offer to a lot of the other posts inside the district, if you don't mind. There's not many people like you and your comrades that are out there doing that stuff, and we applaud you for what you're doing, because it is important to the families to keep their memories alive. Okay, that's just why those grave markers are there and the brass markers are there from the VA. You're right, taxpayers' dollars are there. But we need to support you as well. So you and I need to get together after this meeting, share some information, we'll go from there, okay?
Thank you. One of the other things, I did know that the Legion, with the 4th of July, my belief was, at least, they always took them down after Veterans Day. I know in the Russian cemetery up in Summitville, where I got on that committee, that's how this originally started. They would go up there like the 2 weeks after Veterans Day and take them down.
Correct.
When I got on there 5 years ago, they stayed up till after December 7th. They were up there for Pearl Harbor Day. I will replace the flags that are tattered and torn with other flags, the ones that they run over and the flag is good. I take them and attach them to the other, to a good shaft. I will rebuild shafts if I have to. I can take the spires off and do them, make them up there. And one of the things that some of the guys said, well, that cemetery up there and it's windy and it's cold. I said, stop right there. The veterans fought in the snow. They fought in Korea. I delivered mail when the snow was up to my rear end. I says, I am not worried about walking through that cemetery, picking flags out of there after these. And what really bothered me is last year, somehow 3 members that are veterans went up and took the flags off 2 weeks after Veterans Day, like they've done prior to me taking over. And I went up and it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Not a phone call, not thinking that I wasn't doing my job. which really bothered me. And I'm thinking, last year, December 7th also coincided with the Sunday, December 7th, 1941. Of all the years that they should have stayed on was last year. And to this day, not one of them would acknowledge that they took it off, which bothered me to no end. And I'll continue to do what I'm doing. And Andy can tell you, he was up there, he was up there, and I showed him how to fix them. And I'll keep doing it. And like I said, you get me parts, I'll put them out there. You find stuff for me, I'll get them out there, and I'll get them out to the graves. And you guys over there in Owl Creek, you know any welders? They can be fixed. They can be fixed real easy and get them back out there.
Okay.
But I thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
And anybody,
John.
you want to jump on board, buy a little JT21 stapler, and at the very least, go out and restaple the flags.
John, what's up with that?
Thank you.
I want that. Appreciate all you. I never heard one word about Beirut, and 200 and some Marines got killed, and I was 40 clicks away, and I couldn't get in time to save them. And the guy went through the gate, and all they had were blanks. I never heard nothing about that. Even at this meeting, and it kind of pisses me to freak off. I'm sorry. This is the way I feel. You're talking about, okay, I appreciate you in Korea, Vietnam, everywhere else. I was over in Beirut. I got shot from a freaking stupid sniper. I'm lucky to make it home. But nobody mentions Beirut. Why? Because it's a conflict. Oh, yeah. Oh, everything's like us. You know, thank you.
John, hold on. Stick around. Come here, John. John, don't leave me, John, we'll be back. Okay, everybody take a deep breath there. He's speaking from his heart. It's a no-brainer, you know. He's been there and done that. It was very rude of me not to introduce Mark and a couple of the other officers from the district before we started. We got Scott Quinn and John Flynn, both from District 13. They were at a meeting today. Mark had his monthly meeting over in Pine Grove, which we couldn't attend, simply because we're celebrating the 96th anniversary of the American Legion here today. We chose today thinking we'd have a lot more people come out like we did last year. This year we had two 70-year award winners that were all invited. We're supposed to attend. Where they're at, I can't tell you. I don't know. We have 11 award winners today. I think we have 2 with us, and that's where we're going to move on to the award ceremony. So with that, I would like to present an award from the Coaldale American Legion to Helen Reinhardt for 55 years of service in the Ladies Auxiliary. I don't remember Helen as a kid, but I remember her daughter. When they all were working in the kitchen upstairs with my grandmother, we'd be watching TV in the back room here at the old place, taking care of just behaving, watching TV while they were preparing dinners here on Sundays and stuff. So, on behalf of the American Legion and the Ladies Auxiliary, Helen, I'd like to present you the award for 55 years. By the way, I really wanted to put Aunt Helen on there because everybody, she's like everybody's
Can you
aunt.
stand up there at least with them, please? Stand next to them at least, like they're happy or something.
Yeah, fake it.
Their award. Okay?
Very good.
All right.
All right.
Now we're going to get to the youngsters here with their awards. first ones that we're gonna award today are 40 years of service, continuous service. I bet you, when this person joined the military, they never thought they'd be continuing service for 40 years later, serving their country. Not only do they serve their country, they serve veterans, veterans' families, and the community. Our dues monies goes a long way. It goes to the state, and it goes to the national. They're the ones that do the lobbying, they're the ones that get the money for veterans. We don't see a lot in our community, but we do continue to serve and support the American Cancer Society, Little League Baseball, Junior ROTC, the fire company, and anybody else who needs help, the Panther Valley Public Library. So I'd like to present this award for 40 years of service to Nancy Stevens. Okay. We also have a 40-year award for Charles Herring. Charles isn't with us today. Thanks for coming back, John. Appreciate it. Okay.
Madam, come forward for a minute, please.
You ain't gonna bite.
I'm not gonna bite you. Sorry. Why would I? I had my rabies shots, if that counts. Commander asked me to help him out with this a little bit, and I'm going to help him out, but I had to take care of a brother. Okay, and this is important, okay? You had 55 years of service here so far. And you and I spoke a little bit earlier. It takes a very special person to spend that many years working with the auxiliary, okay? And I've always said it before, and I'll say it again now. The auxiliary is the backbone of the American Legion because what they do, they help out the post. And without good people like you, it couldn't be done, sweetie. Thank you very much for your help and your service to the American Legion. You're welcome, sweetie. I'll give you a hug.
All right.
Want me to stay over here?
Yeah, stay right there. William V. Vavro has 40 years of service. Daniel Gould, 45 years. Dan was with us last year. He could not make it this year. He's out in Colorado. William Durr. I know Beardsley a long time. He's not feeling too good. We're going to make sure everybody gets these awards and their pins. William Terry, 45 years. Chester Gangware. Chester was here last year. Where he's at this year, I don't know, but we're going to check on him. That was Irene's brother-in-law.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. God bless Irene.
Yep. John Polak, he's not from the area, but he's going to be getting his award for 60 years. Okay, here we go. 65 years of continuous service. This is really something. Last year, I think we had 2. This year we have 1. And this goes to Peter Adam Kupek.
Peter,
Turn around, Dad.
good Legionnaires is hard to find, especially spending this many years of service, okay? And as it says here, Peter Kupek has been a member in good standing of the American Legion continuously for a period of 65 years. And be it further known that such record of consistent loyalty to the American Legion merits the honor of being cited as an outstanding contributor to the accomplishments of the programs and the American Legion. And signed by the Adjutant, Nancy Stevens, and the Post Commander, James Rickett. And on behalf of the Department Commander, Mike Stellacio, our Eastern Vice Commander, Robert Taylor, and myself and all my officers and your fellow veterans here in your post, we'd like to present you this. Thank you very much for your years of service.
There we go. See who gets the better one. Thank you.
No, stay there, stay there, stay there.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, got two more. After I'm done, he's gonna get.
Okay.
One,
You wanna say Limburger?
1, 2. Look that way. Yeah?
Good?
Okay, you got it. You got
Okay.
it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Pete.
You got anything you wanna say, Pete?
Pete, anything you want to say?
Yeah, say
You
something,
got
this
the
is your
floor.
time, brother.
No,
Come on, brother.
I'm glad I woke up this morning.
There you go.
As long as we're on this side of 6, it's a good day, right?
That's right. As long as
Okay.
I'm on top of the grass.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Also today, William Dasovich and John Weismer, one's from Nescahoning and the other one's from Weatherly. They will not be sent in the mail. I will be taking whoever's available the day we go to present these at the home of the veterans. William was here last year after the award ceremony. I don't know why he's not here this year. But they will both they will not be sent in the mail. They will be presented. The 55-year pins and the 65-year pin, nothing's come in from the state, and they were ordered almost a month ago. Why we haven't gotten them, I don't know, and I ain't gonna throw them under the bus, but anything could happen. Because I left a message there with someone, it might not have got passed on to Kristen, I think it is, Christine,
Yeah, Kristen.
that the order was proper or whatever. I don't know, nobody contacted us back, but everybody will be getting their pins and everything as soon as we get them, okay?
Now, Commander, can I ask you to do me one favor?
Yes.
How about stepping back over
Sure.
here? Sweetheart, please come up and join me, please. Bring your certificate. We're gonna do this the right way, because we're gonna ask that this be done as well. We wanna turn around and open this up and have you take a photo of it, because here's what's gonna happen. I know Jimmy and Nancy's gonna make sure this gets into the Keystone News.
And the reason why is because there's American Legions out there that do not celebrate the Legion birthday.
That's correct.
I was a member of the American Legion for about 6 or 7 years. No, it was longer than that because I was in South Carolina. But when I came back, I got involved in the American Legion. And I had Billy Coyle from the Lions for Legion. He was the commander. He says, you know what September 16 is? I says, what? I don't have a clue. He says, that's the Legion's birthday. I says, oh, is it a big to-do? He says, yeah. I says, well, what are you doing? Nothing. I says, oh, okay. They do their award ceremonies and everything at Christmas time. I rather do it when it's the American Legion's birthday. I mean, it all makes sense. And why the Legions won't do it, I don't have a clue. It's a part of the procedure of being in the American Legion, whether we had a home association or not. It's what we're supposed to do. So with that, we're going to get, hopefully, into the Times News an article of celebrating the 96th. And this is about, since I've been here, well, every year since I've been here as an officer, we've celebrated September 16th. Of course, it started off small and got bigger. Last year's participation was fantastic. It was amazing. And this year's is good. But let's work for next year to even have it better. To definitely get everybody in here. Everybody, 94 members paid their dues, or life members were all notified. The award winners were all notified by letter for them. And why they didn't show up, I don't know. But I hope it's something that we keep going well over the 100-year mark. So, and that's what we're supposed to be planning for, the 100-year mark. So, with that, I know Mark has a lot to talk about, what went on today at the district meeting and what's on the plate for the American Legion. So, Mark, I'll give you the
Thank you, Jimmy. Okay, before we get into the installation of officers, I want to start off with something, first of all. My brother back there, like I explained to you, you have the right to feel what you do and what you said here today. You have to tell their stories. That's the reason why we're here, the American Legion, to tell the stories of our comrades and our brothers and our sisters that fought by your side that didn't make it back home. And when you hold your ceremonies, I'm sure the commander and the adjutant will help put that in to echo their stories. We've always said, no man, no woman has been left behind. I shared a heavy burden 2 years ago at the moving wall in Thorpetown. And it still haunts me to this day. I lost my cousin at Battle by Durang. All right? The movie We Were Soldiers was about his outfit. General Moore and I have spoken. I promised that I would. And when we all took the oath to join the military, we also promised to tell their stories if they didn't make it back. That's the reason why we need to remind the public of what the veterans stood for and what we do. I echo your words, okay? So don't ever feel sorry and don't ever feel ashamed. You served and you served honorably, just like every other veteran here. My friend, thank you. Okay? Now, back to business at hand. Short, sweet, and simple. Bad news is we got a $5 due increase. We fought it hard at the convention, state convention. Now they went down there to Baltimore for the national convention. We end up losing. Okay, so if you got post members that did not pay, I'm sure the adjutant will be getting word out to those members that didn't pay and letting them know the $5 dues increase. Okay, you may have to adjust your dues accordingly to your post. Okay. The other thing is, we're going to have a membership draft, because membership is the big thing. Right now, your post, from what I understand, from what I can remember, I think it was 100 and something.
140, no,
I think it's more than that. Excuse me, I have to get my glasses out. I think I can't see no more.
Yeah.
Arms ain't long enough.
Well, old age does that to us.
Yeah, how about it? Another thing old age does, it causes Alzheimer's disease, and I got it. And I'll tell you why in a second. Post 170, you met your target date of 65%. You got 92 members already paid. Congratulations. And with that being said, you had 2 certificates that I was supposed to bring with me today to present to you and your commander and your post. Again, Alzheimer's disease struck. I didn't bring them, so I will get them to you. Matter of fact, I had to come see your post meeting one time. So I'll make sure you get it in. Which means the district is down to 7th place. And there for a while I was floating between 1st and 3rd, okay? In the district. Membership is everybody's business. It ain't just mine. It ain't just your post office or your first vice or your adjutant or your commander. If you're a blue capper, it's your responsibility. Carry some applications with you. Help us out. So we got 2 things we got to accomplish this year. October 17th and 18th, we're going down to St. Clair, down to Home Depot, and we're time to be announced. Okay, well, you don't want times to be there, but we would like to have your participation in helping us get membership in. Okay, because the district's fighting to help you get your membership. If we find out somebody's down this way, we're going to shoot you the person's name and phone number, give them an application, tell them where to come. That's our job, to revitalize and keep everything going. The other one's going to be Schuylkill County Fair. I heard talk, but no action. So guess what? I'm all about action. Let's get it done. Where's Larry the cable guy at? He's here? Get it done. All right? Bottom line, let's get it done. Okay? Let's do it. This isn't time to sit on our hands. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. And the other thing is, we've had some very prominent people in the Legion just die recently. I'm going to start off with the first one that died right after died before the state convention. Stan Reinhardt. He used to be the department commander, department adjutant for the longest time. He was vice commander for the East. He served every various level of the post. He died back in July. Here recently, as of yesterday, we lost our past Eastern Vice Commander, who was also the Department Sergeant Arms for the longest time, Robert Williams, from down in Philadelphia. His wife, Bernadette Williams, was, I think, a state president for the Legion Auxiliary, and she has now suffered a loss by losing her hubby. I will get with you, give you the address so you can send a card to him if you like, please, all right? So that part I just wanted to put out, okay? We already talked about the district meeting being on October 10th. October 10th, I do believe, and it's gonna be at Ashland, okay? So I did remember that. It wasn't that far. Now, Commander, that's all I have.
Okay.
May I have your permission to install your officers?
Yes, you do.
All right. They're here.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Acting Sergeant Arms,
Denny
post the newly elected officers, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I call your name, please step up. Commander James Ricker. Vice Commander John Roche. Thank you. Congratulations. Second Vice Commander John Fagan.
John, right here.
Congratulations.
Second vice? Second vice.
Finance Officer Joe Kubek. Adjutant Nancy Stevens. Chaplain David Kessler. Service Officer David Kessler.
Right here.
Double duty.
Double duty.
Always works for me.
Everybody step down, please.
Okay, let me find out where we're at. Sergeant at Arms, Bernie Capper.
Bernie Clark, he's not here.
He's not here, okay. Historian Glenn Flecknow. Judge Advocate Dennis Boyle.
Not present.
Gentlemen, congratulations. Congratulations. Commander, presenting the newly elected officers of this post. Coaldale, 170. His eligibility in the American Legion has been duly checked and authenticated. Proceed.
Everybody please rise. My comrades, you have been chosen by your comrades to fill the various office of post 170 Coaldale. You will, I know, vindicate the trust that has been reposed in you and fulfill in every way the obligation which entails, that trust entails. You shall at once familiarize yourself with the duties of your particular offices, and you shall proceed upon those duties in the same spirit, devotion, and endeavor which characterize the service out of which the American Legion grows. You must know that the welfare and success of the post depends largely upon you. And you must know also that upon your shoulders equally rests the burden of preserving the integrity of the American Legion. You must protect its good name before the people of the United States. You must exalt in their eyes. You must make them know, as we know, its purpose and its policies. Ever remember the teller spirit that animates its members. There is no rank among us. For each serves as an equal of his comrades, and all strive toward the same goal, which is the realization of life of the Republic of the ideas of justice, freedom, democracy, and loyalty. Ever remember, wow, can't even speak. The cardinal purpose of the American Legion are the rehabilitation of our disabled comrades, the care of the dependents of those who have answered the final call, and those who now suffering from ravage of wounds, disease, want rightful education of the children of our country, and a devoted service of the community, state, and nation. You will raise your right hands and repeat after me, giving your name where I give mine. I, Mark Carlisle, do solemnly pledge myself to perform faithfully and impartially the duties of the office in the American Legion I'm about to assume. And I further pledge am not a member of and do not subscribe to the principles of any groups opposed of our form of government. Please lower your right hands. To you, my comrade, is entrusted a very important duty. That of teaching and protecting the cardinal principles of the American Legion throughout your entire post. To you is entrusted supervision of the duties of all officers of your post. To you may come the indigent and the distressed, and it is your duty to see that no worthy comrade is turned away without full justice. It is your duty to see that freedom is ever the watchful word of those whom you may come in contact. Loyalty to your post, its membership, and to the state and national organization are obligations which you are about to assume. You are guided by the Constitution and the decision of the post as a body, yet the responsibility for the success of the year's program is largely upon your shoulders. You must initiate and carry out through the programs to completion. You must thoroughly familiarize yourself with the policies and traditions of your post and of the American Legion. By your sincere acceptance and earnest performance of these duties, may the great trust of which your comrades have reposed to you be justified. To you, I extend the congratulations of the department, and I wish as well as you assume your responsibility of office. I present to you Post Commander's Guide and Manual Ceremony to serve as your guide during the coming year. My comrades, I present to you the officers of your choice. I congratulate you on your selection you have made, and now that you have chosen them, guide them to the destinies of your post. It is your duty to aid them in every way. Help keep the American Legion a free organization for free men and women, faithfully to its principles and ideas. If you would, everybody please uncover. I'm going to ask the acting chaplain for the district to read the installation prayer.
O God of might, wisdom, and justice, through whom authority is rightly administered, assist with thy spirit of counsel and fortitude these newly installed officers. May they accept the challenge of their oath, impress upon each one of the importance of the duties as well as the honors of his or her office. May they know the value of working together with thee. Lead them in the problems that will confront them, keeping them ever mindful of the great heritage preserved by our comrades, living and departed. Vouchsafe unto them wisdom and protecting care throughout the year. Amen.
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 Please recover. I present to you the gavel, the symbol of authority. I trust that you will use it wisely and well for promotion to lead all Legion programs. One rap of the gavel, Commander, will receive your membership. Please do so at this time. Thank you. Now, before we go any further, district officers, front and center. Join me on my left. Commander, congratulations. Thank you, Lord. Good job. First Vice, good job. Second Vice, hang in there, brother. Good job. Finance Officer? Yes, I am. Hang in there, brother. Good job.
Congratulations.
Miss Adjutant, you're doing a fine job.
Thanks.
Good job. Historian?
Chaplain.
Chaplain? All right, Chaplain, thank you. Good job, sir.
Congratulations.
Historian? Keep up the records, bro.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, take your photos. Before before I,
Congratulations.
take
I wanna
over.
congratulate you too.
Thank you.
Thanks for stepping up, buddy.
Hey.
Been a long time coming.
You know it. Now, before I turn this show over back to the commander, I know you guys want to get photos of this, so do you want us standing or what do you want?
Why don't we put five chairs
Yeah,
down?
why don't we take some time to do that real